So, hello together. My name is Per-Olof Heppach from Efficient Elements, and I say welcome to you to the today's implementation training for Efficient Elements. Great that you're here. We will spend the next around 60 minutes together, and I absolutely believe that it will be very interesting for you and that you learn a lot about Efficient Elements. Before I start with the webinar itself, some information about the infrastructure. So first of all, so that's me, maybe, but not the most important information. So then you see here, I'm using GoToWebinar. So you have a kind like toolbar on the right side, and you have here a white area. This white area you can use to give me questions whenever you want, and give me comments and feedback. I will not answer the questions immediately, because otherwise the flow of the webinar it's disturbed. I will answer them per email after the webinar. So please ask questions. And now I would just ask you if you could confirm that you can see my screen and that you can hear my voice, just using this white area, saying something like audio okay or video okay. So that would be really good. So I'm receiving the first feedbacks, and as well, it seems everything is working. So that's really great. Okay, super. Then I will record the session. So in case everything was too fast, or you want just to see any sequence one more time, give me information. I will send to you the recording. As well, I can send the training material I'm using. And as a last interesting information is that I'm using here the first time in the training an update of Efficient Elements. It's also available for you, and there are some changes what could be interesting for you. So for example, a feature for the generation of project plans. You can as well call it a Gantt charts. So that's as well something, if you are interested in having this link per email, so you can download it, etc. Then it's I can send it to you. That just makes sense when you don't have already a customized edition. I'm speaking really from the generic version. But okay, but I think that's first of all enough explanation. I think it's good when we start now. First of all, what is Efficient Elements? Surprise! It is an add-in for Microsoft PowerPoint, and of course, it's helping you a lot. We have two important areas to look on. For example, there is a keyword called corporate design. So Efficient Elements is helping you by the generation of high quality slides and presentations in your corporate design. This can be your company corporate design, your company master. It can be as well another master, another corporate design, maybe from a customer, if you are working sometimes in customer corporate design. And I will show to you how you can generate an own style, an own fitting customization at the end of the webinar. Okay, so that you will get there some interesting information. So first thing, corporate design, first area we will look on today. Second, there is a statement, more precise alignment and sizing of slide elements. Okay, I'm just saying productivity features to this. So it's about speed. It's about saving time, because you can lose valuable time in PowerPoint. So that's the second important area. And with Efficient Elements, that's maybe just one last statement. It's our experience. You save 2 hours per day or per week. It depends on how often you use PowerPoint. Okay. So before now, we make presentation together. Let's have a look. Where is Efficient Elements? Okay, it's on the right side. There is the toolbar you see here. And the high-level structure of this toolbar, fitting as well to our webinar. In the first line here, you can find overall presentation features. You will get to know them step by step in our presentation. Okay. Below, you can find the so-called wizards. So the wizards, it's not just a feature, it's more, I would say, a support area. And these wizards just work properly when they are customized. So that means when I'm speaking about the corporate design functions, I mean, with a prior, first of all, the wizards. Okay, there are some other functions as well fitting to corporate design, but this is the first area, then the wizards. Everything else below, the new feature to make project plans, the alignment and positioning features, the sizing features, shapes, whatever, I just call them productivity features. And this will be then the second part of our presentation today. Okay? On the left side, we have here an Efficient Elements button. When I'm pressing the top half of the button, the toolbar is disappearing. So when you need some space on your screen, when I'm pressing one more time on it, the toolbar is coming back. When I'm pressing here the lower half here of my Efficient Elements button, it's opening a kind like administration feature setup. Okay. First of all, I can change the language of Efficient Elements. When I'm going with the cursor on any kind of a feature, it's always popping up in the description text. This is in English now. I could change it if I want, okay? I can immediately change it to German or Spanish, whatever. We have some interesting language correction tools or spelling correction tools. You can find them here in the text area, English here, like this here. But in this feature here, it's not the spelling correction tools. It's really influencing just the language of Efficient Elements itself. Okay. Then we have here a first feature called keyboard shortcut. So that's really our first feature we get to know, kind of like a warm up, I would say. If you are a person and you like to trigger functions, it doesn't matter if it's PowerPoint or Excel or Word, whatever. It doesn't matter. You can assign own keyboard combinations to trigger these features. For example, agenda wizard. The first feature anyway we get to know. I'm moving it to the right side to the assigned shortcuts area. No shortcut is assigned at this time. I'm clicking on the icon with a keyboard, choosing any keyboard combination I want. This is just by random now. Any kind of a number or a letter. Okay. So this is now what I want to assign shortcut. Okay. Control Shift H. So I save it, and that was all. Now I can trigger the agenda wizard as well with this combination. And if you ask yourself, okay, what was this combination one more time? I can go there and you see below the title agenda wizard, Control Shift H. That was the combination we assigned just right now. If I want to remove it, go one more time with the cursor there, right mouse button, remove shortcut. Okay. And now this was everything. Okay. So when I go one more time there, no more combination assigned. Okay. So that was the warm up. Now we really start to make a presentation together step by step, and we get to know first of all here the wizards. When I'm starting a new presentation, everything is starting with this button, new presentation. When I'm opening this one, you see here in this edition here, 3 styles. If in case you have as well a generic version, I call it generic. Generic means it's not customized to your template. Okay, you see it as well. You see as well box line shadow. Okay, if you have already a customized version, Okay, then you see, of course, another style. But I'm making here the webinar on the generic version. And what is the difference here? You see here it's 16:9, so maybe you see here another template, another picture. So that's one of many changes in this update. Okay. What does a style mean? These three styles, box, line, shadow, these are example styles based on corporate design from Efficient Elements. And we have implemented it so we have a certain kind of basis to work on before you can customize it to your own template. So it's like a bit of playing area or a first basis to work with. Okay. And when I'm choosing now, and I make the presentation or the webinar on the box style, when I'm opening now the box template, it's opening here the 16:9, like this here, okay? This means it's not just opening a presentation. Efficient Elements knows now I'm working in the so-called box style and in the corporate design of Efficient Elements. So Efficient Elements knows now how how Efficient Elements can support me. Okay, and you will see the different impacts of this. So Efficient Elements knows I'm working in the box style. The first thing what we want to do together is we want to make a structure for our presentation. The answer from Efficient Elements to make a structure, it is the first wizard, it's the agenda wizard. The agenda wizard is there to give a presentation, a structure, or you can just call it, of course, agenda. And I think the purpose of the agenda wizard is quite clear. You can generate an agenda in seconds, or you can even change an agenda in seconds. And that's really great because changing agenda in seconds with manual work, that's just fantasy. Normally, it would take longer time and the result is not always good. That's a reason why many persons do not use agendas. So first of all, we make now a structure for our presentation. So I'm putting here fictive values, okay? Just copy some dummy values here and making an easy structure. We could say maybe we prepare a kind like workshop, it could be. So we have here some chapters. For chapter 3, I'm making a subchapter, okay, 3.1. So, and you can make subchapters very easy with these level buttons here, okay? Now I'm moving the chapter 3.1 one level down of the hierarchy of the agenda, okay? So then next one, chapter 4, chapter 5, I think it's clear. And then we have a first presenter, Mrs. Miller. She's responsible for presenting chapter 1. Okay, so I think so far very clear. The next thing is, when is our workshop starting? I would say maybe 10 o'clock. So I'm changing the starting time. I can influence the time, the duration of the different slots or whatever how you call them. 25 minutes from Mrs. Miller, then maybe 40 minutes, the next one, etc. And the time slots which are shown on the slide are calculated automatically. Okay. Then next thing here, with these checkboxes, they are always on active when you open the agenda wizard the first time. They are always on active. And with these checkboxes, you can trigger what slides of the agenda you want to generate. The first one is the neutral overview slide. The next one, the next checkbox, is triggering the chapter or divider slides for each chapter. Then the last one, backup slide, that's an Efficient Elements thing. It's an easy separator slide. What should be between the active presentation and your backup slides you have prepared, but you do not want to show in the beginning. So the backup slide is at the end of the presentation, and after the backup slide, in case you have backup slides, there should be, of course, then the backup slides at the end. So it's strictly separated. So it's not mixed, okay? Then last thing, you have here different layouts, and I can choose different layouts for the agenda. And I'm starting now with the box 1 layout. Okay, so that was all. I'm generating now the first time the agenda, and it's implemented in the back of the presentation. I think it's clear why. We do not have any content slides, just one empty one. So we do not have a chapter 1, 2, 3 slides. And on the other side, efficient elements does not know in the beginning, where is my chapter 1 starting, chapter 2 starting. So this is clear. You have to give this information to efficient elements. For this, I'm just copy this content slide very easy here with copy and paste 3 to chapter 1. And the other ones, they receive here just another slide here, okay, like this. So we do not need this anymore. So we really fast, we have a nice structure to work with, a title slide, neutral overview slide, chapter 1 slide, etc. Okay, so then just very easy. You can play, of course, with the agenda wizard, just saying what information you want to show. I want page numbers, not time slots. I want an additional column like this here, room information. For example, it's room Viper for the first presentation, okay? Or another layout like this line layout, okay? We don't need the backup slide. And I just made some changes. I just say update. And one more time in seconds, you have a totally another information and structure in a way like a layout. So you see here, it's now lines. Okay, it's a room information in it. It's page numbers. Page numbers are as well hyperlinks. Pressing Control and click on the page number, you jump to the certain chapter. Okay, so that's I think it's quite clear. And just think about how long does it take if you would make this manually, another layout or page numbers? It would take a little bit. Okay. Last thing about the agenda wizard, it is that it is you can change the structure of a presentation. It's very easy. You can here really just by drag and drop move chapters in the structure here. And I want to place chapter 1 now more in the back of the presentation. I have chapter 1 now at the second last position. And so when I'm now updating the agenda like this, okay, it's of course then efficient elements taking the whole chapter 1 with the 3 content slides and put it to another position. So I have here now chapter 1 on the 4th position, okay, and 3 content slides. That was the reason why I made here 3 content slides, not just 1, so you can see the difference. So this means you can really very easy you can make here or change the structure of the whole presentation just by drag and drop here, okay, moving the chapters. And I think I received one question. Maybe I can answer directly. It's a question about different sequence of the columns. No, that's not possible. We can do it for you when you make and want to make a customization. We make for you. We can of course change the layout. Absolutely, but at this time it's not possible just to easy drag and drop here the columns. So that's just an information. Okay, so then we go on, and I think the presentation here is quite empty. So we need content. So we're going to the next wizard. The next wizard is here, the element wizard. This is the answer for putting content in our presentation. So the element wizard means this is an element library with content you can use to make great presentations. And one important rule, because I'm working in the box style, everything of these elements are customized to the box style. So it means it's fitting to the corporate design of efficient elements. It means it's 16 to 9, not 4 to 3, etc. So when I'm putting any kind of a text box here, headed, for example, on my slide, okay, you see here, that's the box style fitting to corporate design of efficient elements. By the way, as well, the agenda wizard, this is as well customized to the box style because I have chosen box style in the beginning, okay? So I think that's quite clear. There is content in it. I would say 500, 600 different elements. Process chains, for example. But I think you can click through it on your own and then you see what's in there. Basics as well, very interesting. Okay, many things here. So more interesting for now, it is the My Elements area. The My Elements area means when in efficient elements is something starting with my. It means it's your individual area. You can make efficient elements in making individual to your way of working, configure it to your way of working. And My Elements mean it's your own personal library. It's just for you. And everything what you change here, it's really personal. Okay, so how do I use it? When I'm going from the top level, the filled area, maps, whatever, blah, 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 there are no buttons to click. Now I'm going to the My Elements top level. You see here 4 buttons popping up. The first button is the one I need now, the Create Folder button. And now I'm making a structure for my own library. I want to have icons, for example. Then I want to have slides like this, okay? So then maybe next one is just the forms, a general name, okay? I can as well rename by double clicking, no problem at all, okay? So maybe we have logos. We are a salesperson and we have then from our customer our logos there. So the first thing I made here is structure. The second question is how I can bring content into my folders. So when I'm here on the top level, I see 4 buttons. Now I'm going to the folder level. It doesn't matter which one, okay? These 3 buttons popping up more. And these 3 buttons are the answer for the question, how can I bring content into my own library? The first button is the first way. It means at current selection. So what does it mean? At current selection. At current selection means you can select any element or object or group of objects, it doesn't matter, what is in your open presentation available. You can move to your library. We just make it very easy. Example like this here, maybe make here, and like this one, and maybe another one. So maybe this here, okay? So it's just like 2 very easy forms, and I would normally not put them in my library, okay? But I want to make it easy and fast. I just have selected them, okay? Now I go to the element wizard. I'm selecting the folder where I want to have them in, the forms folder. I say add current selection. Now Efficient Elements is saying, it's a quality question, hey, please save your presentation, maybe it's important. Thank you, yes, I will do. I save it like this, okay? So next thing, the name, and I just call it circle and square, okay? So that's our first element in our own library. We do it just one more time because it's so easy. Maybe just here, the square. I just select the square. Go to the folder I want to have it in. One more time, the forms folder. I go to add current selection. I give a name, square. I say okay, like this. And I have here the second element. So that's the way how easy it goes. Okay. When I'm now bring these elements back into the presentation, very easy, like this one here, selecting this one, you see following. It is implemented exactly at the same position how the objects have been on the original slide. That means it's not just the element itself. You are, I would say, the information about the elements you put in your library. It's as well the information about the position, where they have been on the slide. That's great because it's, of course, additional information. It's always good. But just like maybe you are using different stickers with different positions on the slide. Maybe you use some stickers here, maybe having the responsible person for an action. And some stickers you have on the right side, maybe as well in different colors and different sizes, it doesn't matter. And maybe here are the actions the persons have to do. Could be just fictive, okay? So that means you have different elements with different positions on the slide. you normally use. And you can implement the elements exactly with the right position in your library, and you immediately put them on the right position. So you don't have to adjust something. Just click, it's inserted, and perfect. Okay, so that's as well something interesting about the element itself. Then a second way, okay, here, add presentation from file. So this is the right way in case you want to implement, I would say, a kind like presentation, finished presentation in your library. So you need slides, and you often use slides. It's of course anyway like this. You always work, or normally you work on slides which you have already prepared and made for other presentations. You just take them and adapt them and like this. And so just the question is always, where are these slides you need in this situation? And I would put all of them in your library. Then they are available. So and for this, I'm just implementing now, importing here a presentation with 3 slides, a very easy one, 3 slides with some graphics in it. Okay, it's called Element Wizard. Okay, I'm just selecting it. It's imported now, and I get a new folder with the name of the presentation. It's called Element Wizard now. Okay, here, and I have here 3 slides. Okay, and now I can use them. So, and if you ask yourself, how can I then, because it's, you get very fast many elements in your library, how can I manage it? Very easy, per drag and drop. You can just can take this and move it to another folder, change the order. It's how you want it, okay, like this here. So very easy. You can as well rename. It's because slide 3 maybe not the best name, okay? You can as well put keywords here, okay, for a certain, so I just call it like diagram, okay? So I have here put a keyword, so I can search for it now. So I can search for diagram, okay? So we have many things like this here, but there should be, yeah, there is one as well. So it's just one keyword, okay? So I can make a search mechanism as well for my, easy search mechanism for my elements, okay? I can delete things, that's clear, and so on, can delete folders. Last thing about the element wizard, because this is as well very interesting, very important, the element wizard. In case a person is seeing your library and saying, oh, that's so great what you have there, I want this as well. You can export single folders or the whole my elements library per zip file. This button is generating a zip file from the folders you have selected. And your colleague can import exactly this zip file you have exported, and you can copy the elements from A to B. So that's just one example. 5 persons are working on the same project. Maybe one is the team leader working for a customer, and as well, maybe they are working even in the customer's master, could be, or just using some customer elements, making presentations. So, and the team leader is getting all the content from the customer. Please use these ones, or, and maybe this person is as well very, I would say, likes to make slides and these things. So this person can make here a structure for the customer for the project with project content and prepare everything, then export it, give it to the other team members. They can import it, and everybody is working on the same content for PowerPoint presentations. And this is really professional. So that's really making a good impression. It's not like for the same project, for the same customer, it depends on which person is making a presentation, because it looks always totally different. That's not this professional, okay? So I would say then this is really last thing about the element wizard. We just now go quite quick through the other ones. Maybe the format wizard needs one more explanation here, because it's as well an interesting one. Format wizard. Okay, so format wizard, I'm opening it. Okay, so I see here some formats as an example. I call these values format. So first of all, how can I use this? So this one here, maybe I'm deleting the placeholder. So I have an empty slide here. And maybe before I show how you can use this once here, maybe an explanation. What is the format wizard making? The format wizard is changing the format of existing objects on the slide in a way you intentionally choose. So it's like one important thing in this sentence was changing existing objects. So that means the format, okay? This means format wizard is just working when there are already objects on the slide to change the format. The format wizard is not bringing new elements in a presentation or on a slide. Never. This is the element wizard. The element wizard is the library where you can select and put the elements and put it in your presentation. The format wizard is changing them in the way you want to change them and the way you can as well define on your own. So that's a real very important thing. You need an object to use the format wizard. So this means I'm now selecting here an easy square one more time. I like the squares, it's so easy, okay. But it doesn't matter. It could have been any other object because I just selected it and now I'm saying, please become a sticker. Now I'm changing the it's the format. Make maybe a takeaway box. Okay, so these are, I would say, modules, and I can very change to different modules I need in this situation. Okay, like or a footnote. Okay, so this is as well with the right text in it. Okay, so that's here with the right font size, etc. So that's how the format wizard is working, and you can define your own formats with add selection to my formats. That's something I would say try on your own. It's a bit like when you know element wizard, my elements, and how you make this. Try out when you have questions there, trying it out. You can write me an email. Okay? So because you have it then already at the end of the presentation, so you can write me emails whenever you want. So that means that you can generate own formats, whatever you want. The rule for formats is at the end. It makes sense to make a format, an own format, if you use certain scenarios, objects, or situations like certain colors, certain positions, certain forms, or certain font sizes, whatever. This combination of criteria, you use this very often because then it's worth to make a format out of it. What at the end goes in 2 minutes, okay? And then you can always choose it and work with it, okay? Next thing, master wizard, very easy. You can choose here between different values and say, I want to put a confidential sticker. This one here is left top. And immediately it's on all the slides. So it's like one click on all slides, there is a sticker. So, and we changing the master. That's the reason why it's called master wizard, okay? Text wizard, very easy as well. You have access to some symbols, etc. Even more interesting is here my text. You can put in text strings you often use, like physical or subject terms in different languages, and you often normally Google them in internet. So don't Google them, put it in there because we are often using the same words. Okay, so I think very clear as well. And the last one here, a map wizard. The map wizard access to around 500 different cards or maps, better said. And it's not just having access to it; it's as well you can work on it. Okay, Austria, for example. And I'm just here as a new slide inserted. Okay, and I just can not just can insert it, I can as well work on it. So this means when I'm selecting it, you see here a button, it's edit map. I click on it because I like to click on buttons. So let's see what's happening. It's Excel is opening next to PowerPoint. And I can make two things. I can bring colors to the different sections, okay? So like this here, and like this here, okay. And I'm using a color code. Very easy. Color coding, blah, blah, blah. So I have different colors in the cells. And I can bring labels. I'm making it one more time easy, just like numbers. Numbers can be many things: number of employees, number of customers, the revenue, number of locations, whatever. Salespersons, of course, work with regional, geographic things of their customers, whatever revenues. So that's maybe this way. Yeah. So update map, and you see in seconds it's updated and it's labeled. So that's really a nice feature in case you need it. Of course, you will not work normally 5 times per day with maps. Just maybe you work in map or cartography things, I would say, like this. Okay, so that was now the section of wizards. Okay, and you see why it's important that it is customized, because the agenda wizard has to know what is the format, what is the font, what is the color, exactly here the elements, how should it be. That's the important that it's customized. Or you see here how I can build up an own library. And as well, the last one, I have not explained it here. You can as well put pictures in it. It's the same like presentations. Okay, so PNGs, JPEGs. Okay, so and so on. Formats. We explained it everything. I think that's clear. First section here, the wizards. And now we are changing the way of using efficient elements, or changing the perspective. Okay, and we go to the second topic. We go now to the second topic. It's the world of the productivity features. I'm now going to this training presentation, and I'm explaining what does it mean, productivity features. So what does it mean at the end? Productivity features, I would say we are now want to change positions of elements on a slide, or we want to change the sizings. Okay, so we want to make for example, complex scenarios on a slide, or we want to bring a certain slide excellence to my presentation. Everything is really accurate and not just a roundabout. Okay. And when we make this, we often make this in a way that we need a certain, I would say, or reference point, reference object. Okay. So this means, for example, I want to have from object A the same size as object B. So I'm referring to object B. Object B is my reference object. Or I want to have the same position as the left corner of my object C for my object D. So this is something like always referring, or very often referring to a certain object or point on the slide, so I can change the other elements in exactly the way I want them to be changed. And that reference on a slide, in the world of efficient elements, it's called master shape. Master shape is my reference object on the slide. What is then influencing the way how other objects are changed? It depends on as well what feature I'm choosing, of course. Okay, and there is one very easy but as well important rule, and this is called master shape concept. Master shape concept. Okay, so and this rule is very easy. Okay, but we will practice it now as well. It means the last element I'm choosing before I choose any kind here of my feature, it doesn't matter what one, okay? This will be the master shape. And the elements I selected before, they will be changed exactly in the way I want them to be changed, okay? Many words, we just make it. Maybe that's a good thing as a next step. And you see here a training slide. And this training slide, it's all about positions. It's all about positions, okay? The positioning features you find here, all these features here change the positions of objects on a slide. Okay, and now we are starting very easy, and I'm getting step by step in the next 10 minutes. I'm getting step by step to more complex scenarios. So here, what do I want to do? I want to change or move this element that it's exactly fitting to the right side of my master shape. First, I'm selecting my object to move, then my reference is the last point. Now I'm going to the feature. This is the feature align right. It's exactly doing what I want to do. Align right, and you see its result is achieved. Next one, I want to dock it right. I could as well say align left, but it doesn't matter. Dock right, it's like this. First, I select the object to move, then my master shape. Now I'm going to the feature, dock right. It's this one here, dock right, second line, second position, okay. One click, goal achieved, okay. So we go now to the next training slide, and one more time we are practicing the master shape concept. And now this is a training slide. It's about changing sizes. Okay, the sizing features you find here on the toolbar. All these features here are changing the sizes of elements on a slide. Okay, one more very easy examples. One more time, very easy. So here it is. I want to have the same width for this object like my master shape. Now I'm selecting master shape. Now I'm going to the align width feature, press it, and goal achieved. One more time, I want to stretch this element exactly as long as it is fitting to the right side of my master shape. Master shape selected, okay, last position. Go to stretch right, like this here, okay, go here. And you see here, it's exactly fitting then. And you see, I know what's happening before. PowerPoint have some features, alignment features and so on, but you never know what's happening or what is the result. Here you can influence, you know exactly what will be the result. Okay, so now I think master shape concept should be generally at least understood. Maybe not you feel it not 100% because you have to practice it, but I think it's understood. So now we're going to the next level, and this is here just an easy fictive example. Okay, like I want to show to you how can I change several objects on one time, and how is it when I'm using several features one after the other. So this means I want to change these 4 elements. So I'm selected these 4 elements, okay, and maybe I want to make I would say a kind like first level of an organigram, could be fictive, okay. And this is my master shape, okay. Maybe I can even make it, or maybe I like it more here. Yeah. So now I like the size, I like the position now, okay. So but now one more time I have to select this ones, okay, here. And now I'm selecting this. With selecting this now, at the last point, I make this element to my master shape. Now for efficient elements, this is my master shape. For the next actions I choosing. Okay, so and I'm starting now. I want to have the same width. You know it already from the last slide. One click, okay. I want the same height. Next click, just next to it, okay. Now we have the same sizing. Now maybe it would be nice to have everything here on the same, I would say, same height. Okay, so for this I'm saying, please, efficient elements, bring the objects on the same height by looking on the top lines. This one, this one, this one, this one, and bring these ones here on the same height as my master shape line. Okay, this means align top. It's here the feature align top and goal achieved. And now I'm want to have the same distances in between. Okay, so here same distance is here, distribute horizontally, or next to it it's vertically. and it's moving something because it's because of this, it's in the position area. And I'm needing this one click, and now I have the same distances in between. Okay, so very easy. Okay, so you see, in seconds I have made something 100% correct, mathematic correct. Okay, so now I think it's generally clear. Okay, now I want to show you one special feature. It is sitting a bit hidden. Advanced Format Painter. It's a great one. It's hidden. I don't know why it's so hidden, but it's a great one. And because it's fitting to the format topic theme, maybe. Okay. So what does it mean? I want now to bring this color to the other three elements. Of course, there are 500 million ways to make this, but I want to show you a special way. Of course. So I'm now going here, Advanced Format Painter. You can say the wording Format Painter I know already. And yes, you know it. It is this one. It is I call it now Office Brush. The Office Brush. And it's a good feature. I'm using it very often, Word and Excel, but not in PowerPoint. I'm using the other one. We have optimized it. The Advanced Format Painter is optimized. It means optimized in 3 dimensions. Okay, dimension 1, it is I can define my brush. I can define my brush, what information I want to bring from my original object to my target object. So which criteria I want to paste at the end there. You can define your brush on your own. Second optimization, it is that I can as well bring information about the position of an element or the size. It's not possible with this Office Brush to paste any kind of information about position or sizing, but position you need very often. You want to bring an exact position on a presentation on one slide, or use it, or I would say switch between even presentations and so on. So you can do it with a Advanced Format Painter from Efficient Elements. And if you ask yourself, okay, what criteria I'm pasting there, it's exactly the red, or active checkboxes. This is the Microsoft Office brush. Okay, we have it here like a reference. And the third and last optimization, it is you can use the brush as long as you press Escape. Okay, so now many words. Now we just make it. I want the fill. Fill means the color, the gray. I say okay. Now I have a brush at my cursor, and I think you don't see the brush because it's got a webinar. It's not transmitting it for any reason. So I have here the information, the color, the gray, and I'm clicking here, and I bring this color now there. Now I'm pressing Escape, and now my brush is put on reset. I'm making one more time. Now I want to make the position, exact position from this element and bring it to the other ones. Go there, Advanced Format Painter, deactivate the relevant ones, and now just choose the position. Say, okay, I made now a brush with the information of the position. I don't see, I think you don't see it, but I have a brush at my cursor, and boop. Yeah, everything is jumping exactly there. I have not pressed Escape. Okay, but I can work in PowerPoint. I can now move things. I can work in PowerPoint. And now I can use my brush because my brush is still there. Still the information sitting about the position. So I can work and use my brush like this. Okay. This means, and now I'm pressing Escape. Now the brush is over. This means if you use a certain information or certain criteria and paste it many times to a certain situation, and you use it during, I would say, a working process, you can define the brush, use it, work in PowerPoint, use it, work in PowerPoint, use it. Maybe you need then another brush, make it on reset with Escape, define a new brush, work on it, and so on. Great feature. Make an own painter. Okay, Format Painter. So then, by the way, just very easy. If you have a busy slide and you want to work on the slide, very easy. I would say it's too busy. and you want to hide some objects, it's not a problem. Navigation in view, you have a possibility to hide objects like this here. Okay, you can hide objects. So it's and when you are finished with changing something, okay, like this here, okay, I'm finished. Just press the eye with outline, everything's coming back. Okay, so this is something when you need a empty slide, a very easy one. Okay, so now we are going to the next three productivity features. So I'm going to the next level, showing you even some more advanced features, but we have many features like this. It's just like showing you some possibilities, what's in efficient elements. Here, following scenario, you have here a slide with some squares, but this could be different things. So maybe I'm a salesperson. I want to make a slide with my logos of my customers. I like a reference slide. I want to bring the logos in a good alignment on the slide. Or I'm a strategic consultant, and these are KPI charts, maybe many KPI charts, but it could be a bit less. But I want to have them as a cockpit feeling, a cockpit metrics. Okay, so or I'm a team leader. These are photos of my team members, and one more time, I want to bring them in a good way on the slide. At the end, it's always the same. I want to align it in a metrics. Very easy. Just select here the elements. Align and metrics are here. This is the align in metrics feature. Align in metrics. And I can say make a matrix, 12 elements, by the way, with 3 rows, then automatically 4 columns, correct, then 2 millimeters in, or 3 millimeters in distance. So between the rows and columns, like here, and I have here made in seconds a very easy matrix. Okay, so very easy. So it's like a very nice feature, align in metrics. Okay, here, this one, align in metrics. Next one, in case you work sometimes with tables, maybe you have asked yourself one time, can I align an element in a cell of a table? The answer is with efficient elements, very easy. It's just have to be clear where should so in which cell the elements, the Harvey balls in this situation should be aligned. Maybe this one, so like this. Okay, good. So take the Harvey balls, take the master shape, then the table. Align in table is the last one here. Align in table. Click it, and now easy. Just say where should be the elements aligned. Left central. Okay, I have all left central aligned. Or it was the other one, the other direction, right central, maybe with some margin, 3 millimeters. Okay, I can do it as well, like this here. And now I have here aligned it on the right side. Okay, now this was a line and table. You find it here in the last position. Last productivity feature, I would say, it is here the magic resizer. This is now a sizing feature, a very valuable sizing feature. And you can do many things with it. I'm just showing you one possible scenario for it. And this is following here an object with different elements in it, I would say, shapes, text lines, whatever. And when I'm changing the sizing, the font size is not changed in the same way the other things are changed. Okay, the font size is not changed at all. We can say it like this. It's a problem because to make the font size fitting to the rest, it's almost impossible. So this is exactly a situation for the magic resizer. So this means the magic resizer you find here. This is the magic resizer, and the magic resizer, it is changing you can change the size of a group of elements in the exact way how you want them to be changed. And it doesn't matter out of which, I would say, format or even elements, if it's a graphic format or if it's a text or if it's shape, it doesn't matter if it's a PowerPoint, it doesn't matter, everything is just changed. And for example, I can say now, please scale it down to 60% of the current size. Scale it down. I have 60% of the current size. And please, the central point should be stable. So now resize, and it's exactly happening what I wanted to do. Okay, so this one is now really a valuable one. You can scale it or make it bigger. You don't lose quality. It's a vector functionality because of this. So you can do it 10 times. It looks the same. Coming to two last points, the last 1 2-minute thing, just as a new highlight, there is a possibility of making project plan. A project plan is, I don't know if you need it or not. It depends on how you work. It's, of course, a very new feature. We developed it 3 years, I would say. Okay, it is well fitting to corporate design, or it's depending because the colors, whatever, is fitting to them. And you can make here very easy project plans. It's a very intuitive way of working, making it always like drag and drop, extending it, insert other items like this here, okay, or it's automatic brought down below the other one, okay. So you can work as well. You can make a milestone. It doesn't matter everything. It's, I think you are, when you're making gunshots, you know what this is, what I'm making here, okay. So very easy. You can as well change single objects in many different ways. You can bring text in it, you can align the text, you can change colors, you can change the date, you can bring text in it. Of course, you can bring text here in it and align. And the right mouse button in itself, okay, this is changing the object you have selected. And pressing this one here, this is the menu of the whole project plan. So the calendar function, you can really adjust everything. What kind is the structure, time structure? What do you see for a time structure? What do you see for scalings? Holidays, you can even import your holiday depending on the country and whatever. You can change the columns and so on and objects. So many things. A great new feature. And if you want to have this I'm using a generic version as well, give me feedback so I will send you the link to download it. Okay. Coming to the last point, because that was really just important to show it one time, how you can make a style. And I make it really easy. You can make this complicated, but I will make it very easy. So you just know and see it one time how it goes. And then for future questions, I'm available. When you make a new style, it means I'm pressing new presentation and I can find here a new style fitting to my template I'm working in. And when this is the situation, I need here a style fitting to my corporate design. For this, I need, of course, a template in my corporate design, a template I'm working with. And for this, I'm using exactly here the 16:9 corporate design here from Efficient Elements. This template I'm using here, and I want to make a style fitting to this template. The function, it's called Quick Customization Wizard. Clicking here. Now Efficient Elements needs the presentation. I'm saying use current presentation. You can see in the back. Use current presentation to generate the style. I go to the next level. This one is something you can look on. At the end, you can just check if the information, what Efficient Elements has read out of the master, is correct. And you can look at it on your own, and I'm there to explain when you have questions. But in general, all the information you see here, colors, drawing area, everything is correct. So at the end, I have to change nothing. I just give a name, new style EE. And that was all. Go to next, and you see in seconds I can make a style. But of course, it's an automatic thing, so it has limits. But if I go now here, you see here then a new style. I'm opening this new style. It's opening the presentation I'm used to generate it. And when I'm now making here any kind of an agenda and boxes, it's fitting exactly to my master and template. Okay, so maybe this was a bit fast, but it doesn't matter at all. There is a recording, then you can see the clicks I made. And at the end, it is easy, but if you just start to adjust it in high PowerPoint levels, of course, it can be as well a bit more. I would say you need more information, maybe, but I'm there. You can ping me. So at the end, thank you very much for your time. It's now 5 o'clock. And I say thank you very much for making the webinar with me. I would now say one request from my side. It would be great if you just could take 2 minutes, 1 minute, 3 minutes, if you have time, and give me some feedback to this webinar, just using, in the beginning, I showed you, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Is it like this here? I had a presentation. Where is it? I don't know. The webinar thing. Okay. Yeah, it is. I do not know 100%. I think it's here. I have it. So this is the webinar, the white panel. So give me feedback about the webinar. Was it too fast? Was it okay? Was it interesting? Give me tips maybe if you're something should be optimized, because I'm making from time to time webinar and training. So please give me feedback. If you like it, it's as nice as well. If you need or want the recording, if you want the link, if you want the training material, give me feedback. Use this white area. I have my instance open the next 10 minutes. So take your time. I will answer the questions in the next days. It's not now. If you have more questions, put it in. Give me comments. Thank you very much. I wish you a nice evening. From German time point of view, it was Per Olaf. Thank you very much, and give me feedback. If you want something, put it in the white area. It's 10 minutes time now. Bye bye.